I have something very much in common with the subject of today's video. For those who don't know, some of you don't know me from my regular channel, you know me from this channel. I spent a long time, a huge part of my life, working for the brand MAC Cosmetics, a makeup company. I worked there from when I was 18 up until I was like 30 something, with breaks in between. I moved country a few times in between, but I've always gone back to that brand, right? Huge brand, some of the best times of my life. I was part of their pro team. I did a lot with them in terms of makeup. It was the biggest brand in makeup at the time. This was all before by the way, you don't have to know anything about makeup to know about today's video, but I just want to explain what I have in common with this person. It was the biggest brand. Before there was like makeup-based social media, before Instagram, before YouTube, like tutorials and stuff like that, this was the biggest brand, makeup brand in the world. The counter I used to work on in Selfridges in London on Oxford Street was the biggest and busiest in the world until Times Square came around. If you worked for MAC, you were pretty much an asshole and everyone knew it. But you worked for the best makeup company there was. So you could be a little bit arrogant, right? That was the kind of brand. It's changed a lot recently. It's more kind of like sales based. It's a lot more friendlier, a lot more approachable. The people were scary back in the day, I'll tell you. And there weren't really many rules when I worked for MAC. It was you had to dress nice and all in black. You had to have makeup on your face because you were selling makeup, and you had to sell makeup. That was it. But the image and everything like that was a huge part of it. Because I worked for MAC within a department store, Selfridges, they had their own set of rules, right? They were very strict. You had to have like an approval before you worked there, a store approval it's called. And if you work in retail, you're probably very familiar with the store approvals. I was fired from Selfridges. I was fired from Selfridges. I had my store approval taken away because when I was using the register as a cashier, at the end of the day, when I was banking out, I accidentally made the till look like it was £400 over what was in the register. No money was missing, it was over. But Selfridges was so strict with money and stuff like that. They were like, no, you made a mistake, therefore we do not want you to work here anymore. MAC kept me on and I moved to a different store, which I'm actually really thankful I moved to, because my career wouldn't have planned out as it did should I not have worked there. Everything happens for a reason, right? But yes, I have had my store approval taken away and been fired from MAC. And this is what's happening today. So if you're not one of the millions of people that might have seen what we're talking about, this is by Mary, I want to say XX. She is or was a manager at the MAC store in LAX, the Los Angeles International Airport. Let's just watch a couple of videos and find out what she does. So this is like her getting ready to go to work, right? She's got her badge on. She works at the airport. So this is her walking through the airport, going through TSA pre-check, because you have to go through security like normal, you know? I just want to... Sorry, just had to rewind it there. So she's going through security. She flashes up her badge there on the screen, going right through. Get a good behind the scenes of all the cash, how that works. It's her fingerprint. This is where you put the money. There's the cash coming out. There's the receipt. There's the screen. Everyone now knows that these cases when somebody is walking through is full of cash. She's opening the store. This is a normal retail day that usually isn't shared with anyone, right? She's uncovering the lipsticks with the dust sheets. She's putting on some uncomfortable looking shoes, but that was kind of a rule at MAC. Dress nicely. Okay, so she's doing some replenishment. Oh. So she's helping a customer out. She's writing down the sales amount, how much that customer spent, doing her makeup, which is encouraged, maybe not on a shop floor, but it's an airport, it's quieter, you know what I mean? Simple, nice look. Great. Lovely. She looks great. That's beautiful. She gets everyone's attendance sheets out on camera. She's showing the back there, showing where all the stock is, doing some restock. That's very well organized. That's very well organized. Again, I do find it strange that she's, you know, showing exactly what's being spent by customers and writing it down, which I'm sure is fine as a practice, but I do find it weird to do that. It's very like, there's some things that you don't need to see, you know what I mean? So a few things in that video there, which may not be an issue for anyone else any other workday, but let's bear in mind she works in an airport with the highest security, right? I don't think in terms of being a retail worker, nothing so bad was there. She had that product in her mouth, which hopefully is her own. She sanitized it afterwards. But what did we see in that video that I didn't know happens at an airport? The security badge that she has to show to go through. Where she gets the cash from. I always call it backstage, behind the scenes. What's it called? Back office, whatever. The money being counted out. That when I see somebody carrying that black suitcase, that's cash, which can happen maybe throughout the day if they need change and stuff like that. I saw where payroll and time and attendance sheets are being kept. I saw them writing down how much money they had made throughout the day on a sheet, and I know that's kept on the I know that's kept by the register. So a lot of stuff there, Some information that can be considered a little bit sensitive. Also recording people, even their voices as well, on camera when you're in a workplace is a little bit like you're at work, you're not being paid to film people. You know what I mean? And listen, LA is an all-party consent state, which means that everyone has to consent. You know, so let's hope no one complains. Or she can get up to a year in prison. So just in case no one has guessed what the problem is here, we'll watch another one together and we'll have a little talk through it as well, right? Another day. Here we go. TSA. Got the badge again, got her name there.
And for your team. So this is the moment.
Filming her meeting. It's fine.
This one, right?
That's it.
Okay.
Showing where all the stock is as well, just should we want to grab something ourselves. And I have to say, from working in Mac, because they do have all the stock in these drawers, the amount of times we're encouraged to stop people opening these drawers because it's theft.
So I'm checking the end of day numbers right now, and it looks like my opener did $912 in her shift. My mid-shift employee did $645 during her shift. It's been a really slow day today, so I don't expect anybody's numbers to be outrageously crazy. I just forgot what I came in here for. Oh yeah.
I cannot believe how well organized that back room is though. That's incredible. Stocking up the brushes, stocking up the stock from the drawer so we all know it's there. Do you have to work by yourself? That's part of the fun of working in retail, is working with everyone else. Okay, so she's closing the register, she's got gloves on. Luckily, of course, she does it behind a locked door. Great to know her fingerprint, or whatever that was. That's where all the lights are. There's our cash in that black bag. That's how you lock and open the door. Also, again, she read out how much money they took that day.
Alright, I'm out of here. It's the end of the day. Thank you. Have a good night, y'all. See you tomorrow.
And now we know where that cash place is. It's in the back of a pharmacy. So really, the problem is, anyone who owns a business or owns this business, the problem is that this lady has been filming her work, showing all the sensitive information to hundreds and thousands of people and giving steps to people that do not need to know how any of this works or might want to know how any of this works, right? If I did this in any of the department stores I've worked in, showed all the back office, there's even clips of her typing in the number to the till, to the register, to get into the register. It's all sensitive information. Like, you don't know. Some people are crazy. I always tell this story, right? I was interviewing an influencer, and off camera, she told us about her friend who was also a content creator influencer. She never posts about where she lives. She never posts a picture of her house. However, one day she posted a picture by her house against a brick wall. Somebody tracked her down because the type of brick she was standing in front of was made in that particular state and was exclusive to an area within that state. They tracked down where she lived through a brick wall. Now, what can people do with information like this employee's name, the numbers on her badges, the numbers to get into registers, all this kind of stuff, knowing how to open and close the door? She's literally showing how to open and close that port. It's a lot. It's a lot. And people are clever, dare I say, when it comes to getting more information than they need. And I'm not sure about the phone policy out on the shop floor. If they do, I can imagine it's different for this particular store because it's an airport one. It doesn't seem particularly busy, especially the amounts of money they were making that day. What was it? Just over $2,000 isn't much for a Mac counter. Maybe it is nowadays. So obviously this woman was fired. So the video she posted about being fired was taken down, but since her situation went viral and everyone had questions, we were graced with an update. I think I might have a video of her being fired. If I do, I'll put it in here.
I love my job. I would have never done anything to jeopardize it. Have a good day, y'all.
Where are you flying to today?
Just sitting there.
Oh, fun. Are we going to visit or is that where we're from?
That's home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to stop by and say hi. What's your name?
I'm Jenny.
I'm Bree. Nice to meet you.
What are we looking at?
What are we looking at? You're cute. So we're out of NC-17. That's probably what it was. We're out of NC-17. You want me to make you a sample of it though? That way you can, I got you. Babe, did you want to take a picture of the bottle and the color?
Yeah.
That way we know for next time. Here you go, my love.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a great day.
This is syrup that you're going with, right? Yes. So this is Whirl. She is a little bit darker, but it's perfect because once this like mixed together.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh my God.
I actually really feel bad when
Hey guys. Obviously this is long overdue. I'm actually visiting with my family right now. So obviously like I've not been on my phone as much as like I normally am, but with how everything has blown up, you guys have lost your minds. You guys have lost your minds. I just want to make this so simple, so quick and straight to the point. You guys, the company that I worked for, the airport, they did not ask me to take the videos down. They did not ask me to remove them. They didn't. They told me that I did not have to. This was not a type of security breach or security risk that was putting anybody, in harm's way. The airport, they have a ton of security. They have a ton of things in place, just to make sure that everybody is safe. Tons of people that are like filming in and out of the airport all the time.
I just want to say this as well. Yeah, people are filming in and out of airports, but it's not always the back of an airport. And also, just because there are a lot of security there, they're there for a reason, right? The possibility of something starting is just as bad as the end result. So she may be saying, there's so much security, we're not going to get robbed. But someone can try and rob you, and what happens from them beginning trying to the security stopping them could be potentially dangerous. You don't know what people are like.
Our badges, we wear them publicly and around passengers and customers all the time. So they themselves was like, no, you don't need to take the video down. Obviously, you violated, social media policies, within our company. But there is no, safety risk or anything like that to where you need.
Wait, so even though you violated the social media policies, you still kept them up, and the content is what violates the social media policies, no?
To worry about getting in trouble with the law or being put on the no-fly list.
I don't think
you guys
that far.
are talking about in the comments.
No, that's too far. That's crazy.
Am I mad at myself for making a mistake? Yes. I fucked up. I fucked up, you guys. It was really it was so innocent. I literally just wanted to take you guys on a day in my life as a Mac manager. I've been doing this for years. I've made day in the life videos at work before. I've been a Mac girl for almost 5 years, filming content within the brand, within the store. I've been doing it. So I didn't think nothing of it. Did I fuck up? Yes. Let this be a lesson to you guys to confirm with the companies that you work for what you can post on social media and what you can't. Because
I feel like as a manager, and I have also been a manager at Mac, that's something that you would kind of run by your area manager before anyway. Because if you have to question it, or if it would be an automatic question in my mind. Because if staff were just constantly pulling out their phones and creating content, that would be something that would need to be controlled, right? Because you can just have them put their phones down and start filming. You'd be like, what are you doing? We're working. They're like, oh, I'm making some content. you know?
Obviously, you see what can happen. I just wanted to come in here and make that very, very clear. You know, the airport did not ask me to remove the videos. You know, if it was such a security risk, they would have asked me to remove them immediately, like during my termination.
Right.
They would have also, by now, if that was the case, sent me a cease and desist. I did end up just going ahead and calling HR today just to confirm, and she did confirm that, you know, no, you are not under any type of investigation. You would have known that the day that we terminated you. You are not being asked to take the videos down, like you are not at risk, like all the work.
They probably won't ask you to take the videos down immediately because they need to build a case against you. So they need that evidence there. So if you were to take that down, they don't have the evidence to fight.
Okay, so let that just go ahead and be very, very, very clear. You know I fucked up. Like, I'm human. We live and we learn. You know what I mean? For all the other allegations that are coming out, you guys, I'm not even going to touch on those because keep in mind, you are always the villain in somebody else's story. I'm not going to touch on it, but you know, everything that's happened, it is what it is. You guys are either going to rock with me or you're not. All of those who do rock with me and, you know, have been following me and love like the rest of my content and what my page stands for, which is, you know, beauty, hair, fashion. You know, I try to throw in some humor here and there. My content is supposed to empower you, make you feel confident, teach you tips and tricks when it comes to beauty, makeup, skin, hair. So, you know, those of you that like that type of content, that's what my page is all about. I'm so excited to see all these new faces, all these new friends. I really, really appreciate you guys, the ones that have been following me because they love the content that I bring. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for supporting me. For those of you who are like, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do. You know, you're not rocking with me. That's fine. It is what
no one needs to be angry at her for being fired. You know what I mean? Like, nobody should be like, oh, you're so stupid, you got fired. I don't like you. It happens. It happens. But also, it is kind of funny for people to call you out on your stupidity. If you've done something blatantly stupid, and then you'd be like, oh shit, I've been fired. It is kind of funny for people to be like, well, what do you expect?
And, you know, I wish you guys nothing but like love and happiness and success. Not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. You know, we're human. We're allowed to make those choices. We have free will. So, you know, it is what it is. I can't do nothing to change the past. All I can do is move forward. So if you're rocking with me, you're rocking with me. And if, you know, you're not, I can't do anything about it. You know, my business is out there. I'm human. I've made mistakes in the past. You know, just like everybody has some skeletons in their closet, you know what I mean? So all you can do is move forward from them. But I'm washing my hands of this. I'm not speaking on it anymore. To make it very, very clear, all I was terminated from the job. There is no security risk. Nobody's lives are at stake. I'm not being investigated. I violated some social media policies. That was it. So again, if the airport or if security thought that my videos could put people's lives at stake, they would have told me to take the videos down, and I would not be here sitting here talking to you guys right now. I would not. So I'm laying this to rest. I'm excited to take you guys on this new journey with me. I'm a makeup girly through and through. So I'm just going to continue to bring you guys like makeup content. I'm still going to do day in the life vlogs, whether that's like with work or, you know, just regular day in my life. I'm bringing it to you. So if you like that type of content, that's what my page is going to consist of. And like I always say, I love you guys so much.
Okay, that's fine. The whole situation is crazy. And people were coming up with some wild things as to why she also got fired, right? There were, again, people saying she put people's lives at risk. There was also, if you look through her comments, there's also a picture from, or a screenshot of a past post, her holding her phone up, and it has Donald Trump on the phone and somebody else. And it's like, when your employees support the same president as you. So she's a supporter of Donald Trump, right? Which I find surprising because MAC is all ages, all races, all genders. It's a very inclusive, supportive brand of everyone. But also, she couldn't be fired because of that, because of supporting Donald Trump, because it is illegal for a brand, a company, to discriminate against you for your mental illness. She's not going to be sued, nothing like that. I think that's where they leave it. When I got sacked from Selfridges, again, it wasn't a safety thing, but I lost my job with Selfridges. Maybe she hasn't lost her job with MAC. Maybe it's just the airport. She could probably go to another MAC if she wanted to, although looking at the past, maybe not. I think everyone is kind of overreacting. they're kind of appalled at what she's done. And it's like, it's not that deep. She got sacked from her job. It's actually kind of entertaining. I feel bad that somebody would get fired from their job, sure. But when people kind of like don't do the basic in common sense, it's kind of like, what did you expect, you know? But we've all been there. Well, some of us has been there. Okay, let me know your opinions down below. Was it a safety risk to the airport, to her staff? What do you think? In terms of the social media policies, was that just recording social media full stop you can't do? Or was it recording stuff for social media back of house in the place where all the money is stored? What do you think is the deal there? Do you work in an airport? Let me know what you think. Thanks again for joining me. Do subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon. Bye.